You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about the NFL having a real perception issue right now. And it's something we've covered at great length on this channel, and that is the perception by what I believe is a growing segment of fans that are really starting to bang the drum that the NFL is rigged, or at the very least, they are giving the NFL the one-ass eye, the fuzzy eyeball. Every time there is a bad call, a no call, a fumble, a messed up recovery, just regular incidents in games that just don't feel right. And when sometimes it feels like one particular team tends to get a lot of the calls, it's not a good look when the league has wrapped its arms around gambling. This is what the league gets for jumping in bed, just wrapping their loving arms around everything involving gambling. You're going to get speculation of distrust and accusations of game fixing. Well, look, as we lead up to the Super Bowl, the NFL starts giving various media members, all media members, I guess, if you got the right credentials, access to ask certain questions. And Mike Florio brought this up to the league, that there is a lot of people that are looking at the league and talking about normal incidents of the game. All right, that's how Florio presented it. And I will tell you this: the NFL skirted this question, folks. They did not really answer it. They gave a long BS drawn out answer that didn't answer the question, which makes them look even worse. So let's take a look at this. In 2012, when the NFL vehemently opposed legal efforts to scrap federal law that prevented the spread of sports betting beyond Nevada, Commissioner Roger Goodell said this, quote, "If gambling is permitted freely on sports events, normal incidents of the game, such as bad snaps, drop passes, turnovers, penalties, and play calling inevitability, will fuel speculation, distrust, and accusations of point shaving or game fixing. For example, look what happened with the Lions, Cowboys, end of game, Bengals, Chiefs, AFC Championship game last year. There were calls the other day involving the Chiefs and the Ravens game where people was like, are we just not going to call pass interference there? It's blatant, but you're not going to do it? And that's when you start hearing the NFL is rigged or the NFL is scripted. And it's going to eventually cause a major issue with the NFL because people are getting to the point, they're like, if the outcome, we start feeling like the outcome is predetermined, why check it out? On Tuesday, the NFL conducted a video conference call, quote, to discuss legalized betting, its leadership position to support responsible gambling. And the league's return to Las Vegas after successful events there with the NFL draft in 2022 and Pro Bowl games in 2023. During the call, I, meaning Mike Florio, posed a question to the NFL Executive VP of Communications, Public Affairs, and Policy, Jeff Miller. He said, I read a quote, Goodell's quote, up here from 2012, and then I asked, quote, does the NFL believe that speculation is currently happening, and what is the NFL doing to counter it or prevent it? In other words, is the NFL aware that a lot of people believe there may be issues involving bad snaps, penalties, problems with play calls, not calling certain penalties, drop passes, all kinds of things, general incidents during the game that are they aware there is a section of the fan base that is starting to question those kinds of things? Now, look, Jeff Miller, he gave this big, long answer. You can see this. We're into the third paragraph right here. And then you will see this. Miller said a lot. This is Florio. One thing he didn't say was whether the NFL is witnessing, quote, speculation, distrust, accusations of point shaving, or game fixing. All right? So in other words, he skirted the question. he just skirted around the question. I tried to ask a follow-up question, but the process had moved on to the next participant. I have sent multiple emails to the NFL raising the point. The NFL has not responded. Whether the NFL is noticing, quote, speculation, distrust, accusation of point shaving, or game fixing arising from, quote, normal incidents of the game is a critical question. At the most basic level, it shows whether or not the efforts to counter or prevent such speculation is working. It also shows that whether the league is truly connected to its fans and followers of the game. If the league were to say, for example, that it is not noticing speculation, distrust, and accusations of point shaving or game fixing, some, parentheses like Florio, and me, would say that the league is hopelessly out of touch. All right? Now, he even says, we're noticing it everywhere. I notice it all the time. All the time. I can't tell you how many videos I've done about the idea that the NFL is rigged or people are going nuts on social media because there's been a missed pass interference call. A pass interference call that wasn't there. It was a phantom call. You know, or you have something like the Lions situation where the guy checks in, pretty obvious he checks in, and then the ref says, no, I didn't know nothing about it. Thought it was the other guy. Wait, what? What are you trying to say here? And just some general things that are making people go, well, is it your priority to make sure that this particular team with this particular quarterback makes it to this particular game because you know the ratings are going to be gargantuan? It's a question asked all the time. And while the NFL ratings continue to be big, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Major League Baseball used to be the number one sport on television. That's right. Big numbers with Major League Baseball. Now, no. It's a regional sport, and it doesn't draw dick nationally. NBA, well, they've messed up for a lot of reasons. But the same kind of thing. You know, NBA final games, 25, 26, 27 million viewers. Now, 6. And it's become more of a regional game. So, I've said eventually something could happen where people throw up their hands and say, I'm done with this sport. I'll go watch college football, which is turning pro, it seems like, now with NIL and the transfer portal. I mean, you literally got off-season transactions now in college football. I guess there's the UFL. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but you get the point. I mean, a lot of fans. And I know Florio talks about tinfoil hat-wearing fans, but look, he's also aware by saying it's everywhere. Look, when we started making videos, I would have said, you know, I think it's maybe 10% of the fans think it's scripted or rigged. I venture to say it's closer to 20% now. I mean, and if we do a video on that, there is a fever and a fire around those videos. And a lot of anger by a lot of fans. It just is what it is, you know. It's a problem. Perception is a problem, and that's the point that Florio was trying to make to the NFL. Are you guys aware of the speculation and the perception? Yes or no? Oh, we gave you a long 3-paragraph answer, but we didn't answer the question. And if they're not aware, are they that ignorant? Is Roger Goodell that ignorant? Question mark. And if they are aware, are they literally saying, double middle finger, we don't care? That's not a good look either. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.